This is going to be my viva for what can we learn from Utzi and the Iceman's remains. While the murder mystery of Utzi's death happened thousands of years ago, his body remained in very good condition. And we can learn a lot from the Iceman's remains and learn a lot about that specific time period from different things such as his lifestyle, his health, and his diet. Point 1, lifestyle. The clothes that Utzi made were very different than clothing that is now currently made in our generation. The clothes were made from woven grasses and leathers. His outfit consisted of a cloak of woven grass, a coat, leggings, a belt, a loincloth, and shoes. They use soft grasses as socks, as opposed to now we typically use cotton for socks. Utzi's leather loincloth and hide coat was stitched from sheepskin. This shows that by genetic analysis that the sheep species used then closely resembles the modern domestic European sheep, meaning that they were the wild cousins. That means that the sheep domestication started very early in Europe. Since they had the sheep that are still similar to now and the genetics haven't changed over thousands of years, that means that they originally had them, and then they kind of just stuck with that same type of sheep for all of this time, which is pretty incredible. Analysis shows that part of Utzi's coat was made from domesticated goat that still roam the hills and valleys of Central Europe to this day, showing that they purposely use it for its flexibility. Since the goats are still used to this day, we can use the skin from those goats and try to make judgment calls on why Utzi used that leather instead of other leathers. And we figured out that it may have had something to do with, since the leather is very, very flexible, that he would want to use that for a coat instead of something that's very stiff so that it would be more comfortable. A quote from Susan Pike says, "The tinder polypores that Utzi carried, as their name suggests, are used with flint and steel as fire starters." End quote. Point 2, health. Utzi had many sicknesses and diseases. Just to name a few, he had cartilaginous damage to both his knees. He had the first known carrier of Lyme's disease, and Utzi's teeth was riddled with cavities. He also had whipworm, which is an intestinal parasite. He also had nausea, vomiting, which caused nausea, vomiting, headaches, and other things. To cope with some of these things, he got tattoos. Utzi's body had several tattoos using the soot technique, where they would cut themselves and blow ashes into the wound to create a tattoo. He had a total of 61 tattoos. He had many tattoos on his nerves as an early treatment of acupuncture, a pain relief treatment designed to ease pain associated with the joints. Since he was always moving, he wanted to have something permanent that would help his joints move and have his blood flow a little better, etc., etc. And that is why he chose tattoos to do that, since he always has the ashes pushing on his nerves to be able to make him be able to move a little bit faster and easier without quite as much pain. A quote by Albert Zink says, "Utzi's chest tattoos may have been used to soothe belly discomfort, since he had the whipworm, the intestinal parasite." End quote. Point 3, diet. Utzi's stomach contents show us a lot about ancient people's meals. Based on Utzi's stomach contents, we can learn that ancient European diets were very meat-centered. Utzi's diet had over 1 pound of meat in his stomach. He ate a meal of fatty chamumis, a meal similar to like rustic bacon. We can look at his stomach to see dried fruit, which ancient people may have used as sweetener. His last meal consisted of venison, eikenhorn flatbread, and stinging nettles. In his last days, he also had several mushrooms that he may have used as medicine. A quote by Paul Stamets and Heather Zwicky says, quote, "Utzi the Iceman, who lived nearly 5,300 years ago, carried amadou in a birch polypore tethered in a pouch to help him survive in the Alps of northern Italy, end quote. So, although the murder mystery of Utzi's death happened thousands of years ago, his body still remained in very good condition, and we can learn about the Iceman's remains and learn about that time period from his lifestyle, health, and diet. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this, Franklin. I appreciate it. Sorry that I'm getting back to it late at nighttime. If you don't grade this in time, that's okay. That's my bad. Yeah, I guess I'll see you tomorrow or today or next week or whenever you get the chance to grade this. Anyways, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll see you later. Bye.